Welcome to the Spirit Legends Podcast, Episode 4. I'm Nikhel, Chief Advisor to the invading force you might have seen around here. At the moment, I'm reviewing the key points of my comrade Gold's attempt at keeping those two masked characters, Shinobi and Cyborg X, away from our base while testing a new experiment. Needless to say, I'm very disappointed. While successful in the primary goal, Ghold winded up losing his talisman to a random human child. In light of his failure, I need to consult with my other comrade.
Nikhel! Where have you been?
Sihlvir, I was just wondering where you were.
Can you believe how tall this tower is? We really need to repair our levitation devices.
As soon as I can source Carthanian rare metals on Earth.
Well, you better hurry up!
I see you lack a capacity for sarcasm. Let me talk about something in your realm of understanding. Initial goals aside, Ghold ended up losing his talisman to a random human child.
Pathetic. Ghold shouldn't have grandstanded like that. The egotistical tyrant.
He does as he does. He is the leader of our unit, so we shouldn't question his methods. Or rather, we ought to do our best to work around his flaws.
For such an intelligent tongue, Nikhel, you lack willpower.
Or rather, you're perceiving a lack of willpower. You see, Sihlvir, I exhibit a great deal of logic when making decisions. I have determined the role of analyst to be more suited to my natural talents than that of a leadership role.
For every word you use, you multiply by 3 and pick 2 synonyms for each one. If you don't want people to fall asleep as they stand, then get to the point.
Fair enough. Here's my immediate conclusion. The human is a liability to our plans. His power level skyrocketed from almost nothing. And here I thought that only our kind could access the talisman's powers.
He should have been a smear under our boots. No, that would be a waste of good footwear.
We'd have to find a good cleaning solution for that. Or rather, you could just yell at it and your words would make it flick right off. You cannot refuse a challenge. That's one of your primary weaknesses.
I never lose!
That's also an issue. You never get a chance to learn.
Perhaps I'm just that good. Or rather, I've yet to find any worthy opponents.
You're beginning to sound like me.
I spend too much time around you and Ghold. Being around Ghold makes me feel angry enough.
Truly, this situation is bringing about more internal conflict. We've prepared for different circumstances, and now we are at an impasse. I worry that not even I have a sufficient plan.
You know better than to give up at the first battle.
Of course. We just need to make sure our next move takes this new information into account.
You're the strategist. You make the strategy!
Sometimes the best strategy is a lack of action. We have enough slack time to observe and plan another attack.
A passive style will make us look weak. We need to strike back as soon as possible!
Are you asking to be sent into the field?
Yes. I have a number of techniques I'd like to try.
Such as?
Shinobi moves far too fast for me to see. I've been trying to spread my attacks out into a wide radius. No matter where the enemy goes, they will be unable to escape.
Unless they hide where you cannot see them.
Worry not. For even if Cyborg X were to ambush me, I plan on reflecting his blast right back at him.
You think that he'd known the properties of his own weapon enough to avoid that kind of situation. I wouldn't even be surprised if he could absorb the energy right back into his body.
Have you thought of absolutely every way I could be overcome?
That's my job, and you have yours, as I've implied.
Screw your implications! Someone around here has to come up with good ideas. What good is a villain without a good plan?
Plans are only as useful as their context and execution. A plan may be excellently formulated, yet end up in the hands of people with delusions of grandeur.
This is why I blame Ghold for this past mission. If I had gone, we'd still have the talisman, and we wouldn't be having this conversation.
What conversation?
That's none of your business, failure!
We've been waiting for you, Ghold.
I would have been back sooner if it weren't for those
Scheming humans.
No! Those scheming vending machines! I attempted to force a free beverage out of its mechanical prison, but the machine did not deliver it. So I sent it flying into a nearby tree. Serves it right.
By not serving you anything.
You let yourself be defeated by a human, and now a machine! You are a shame to our kind, Ghold!
Is that any better than just showing up after I did most of the work and then bailing me out? If you think you're so great, you should have gone.
Bailing you out? I wanted to stay and fight! In fact, I wanted to go from the beginning. But you two insisted on using my talisman for testing.
It doesn't matter. I made the smart decision by waiting until the boy was alone to reclaim the talisman instead of fighting those two heroes I was baiting to the restaurant.
Regardless of your intentions, now we have to worry about 2 other government dogs watching over the kid. Not to mention that the kid now has the time to learn how to wield the talisman.
How dare you question my methods? I made the smart decision at the time, regardless of the current outcome. Stop being so hungry for a fight all the time.
Hothead!
If I may interrupt,
Do you just want to give us another lecture?
I just want to be an abider in this dispute.
Go on.
Ghold, you were the attempted vanguard of our group. However, you perceived the threat, and it proved to be insurmountable due to the loss of your amulet. It was an unpredictable complication. Therefore, Sihlvir, you have no valid reason to be angry at Ghold.
Or rather, you're just trying to be neutral when you also share the blame!
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're right, Sihlvir. Truly, this is an unusual situation we're in. We have 2 heroes, the 2 custodians of the boy, and the boy himself, making 5 enemies in total.
Speaking of those government scarecrows, just who are they? Where did they come from?
They are 2 agents from a special paramilitary force, dispatched to defend the boy with the talisman.
This is tricky. What's your plan?
We attack the human while he's most vulnerable, when he's not utilizing the amulet, and when his custodians and watchmen do not expect it.
Simple, but effective. I like it.
You'd better not be wrong this time, Nikhel. Otherwise, you'll have to be eliminated.
This operation really needs an ombudsman.
All right, it's settled. We will attack the human once more, covertly.
That's what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
It's what I was just talking about.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
See you next time on the Spirit Legends podcast.
Who are you talking to, Nikhel?
Nobody important, so the usual.
You amuse me, Nikhel.
I'm flattered, really.